Good morning, Hamilton. It's Wednesday, October 30th, 2019. It is a day 3 on the day cycle schedule. Welcome back, Mrs. Mrs. Cashman? This isn't Mrs. Cashman. This is Charlie. We bamboozled you. Do you know what bamboozle means?
No.
Bamboozle means to trick. We tricked everybody at Hamilton by making them think you were Mrs. Cashman. Are you excited to be on the Vision this morning, Charlie?
Yes.
Yes. Doesn't he look like Mrs. Cashman, though? He's Mrs. Cashman's stand-in today. So welcome, Charlie.
All right, quit the bamboozling. I'm here.
We got
Good
him again.
morning, Hamilton.
Welcome back, Mrs. Cashman.
Thank you.
We
Thank
missed
you.
yesterday.
All right.
Did you use the word bamboozle yet this week? If not, tomorrow would be the perfect day to bamboozle someone.
That was a good bamboozle this morning.
Yeah, we did bamboozle you. And Charlie does look like Mrs. Cashman, so it was a good bamboozle.
What can you say? We would like to wish a very happy birthday to Ruben in Mrs. Kinser's class today. So have a great day, Ruben. And teachers, Mr. Galvin is out sick and Mrs. Miller will be out this afternoon. So just to be aware of those two things today.
Courage. Did everybody watch part 1 of the Cowardly Cougar segment yesterday? I know.
hope so.
Actually, my class didn't, Mrs. Cashman. We ran out of time. So today we will watch it, but we also will have to watch part 2 today as well to learn what happens after the Cowardly Cougar gets some courage.
And what we'd like you to think about is when you saw those kids who were saying some unkind things about Leela's clothes, and you were watching, one of them was me, of course it was acting, and when CJ and I were saying those things, in your mind, when you go to say something and you're not sure, we want you to think. And before you speak, think. Is it true? Is it helpful? Is it inspiring? And that means, does it make people feel good? And is it something that you would want people to say about you? Is it necessary? Is it something you absolutely have to say? And is it kind? And if you think about each one of those things, it's going to help you decide, is this really something that should come out of my mouth? Because remember, just because we think it in our head doesn't mean we need to speak and say it if it's something that could be hurtful or unkind to somebody else. And you'll see me talk about this poster again when you get to watch part 2. So maybe yesterday the Cowardly Cougar had the courage to go up and tell those kids to be kind. And today, hopefully CJ and I will have some courage to do something.
And if you remember, last week, Mrs. Cashman and I talked about sometimes having courage takes time. So Mrs. Cashman and CJ are showing courage just later. And that's also important. After they reflected, after they thought about their decisions, they also then are showing courage. So that is the same thing as what we've been talking about this month. So if that's something that's important to you and something that you need to do, you need to be thinking about that today. Speaking of courage, Mrs. Cashman, today is our Cougar Commitment Assembly.
That's right. Exciting.
So we are going to be awarding all of the students at Hamilton who have shown courage this month, and we are so very proud of every single one of you. And if you aren't a winner this month, that doesn't mean you didn't show courage. It just means that you might need to reflect and continue to practice that throughout the rest of the school year.
Absolutely. And then we'll have a new skill as
Yeah.
November is coming.
Do you know what November is?
I don't know.
I actually forget what November is as well. So
it'll be a surprise to all of us.
Exactly. It's a Halloween treat for us all. I think that's actually it for this morning because we need to say the national anthem and pledge the flag. So anything else, Mrs. Cashman?
That's it for today.
Okay, everybody please stand for the national anthem followed by the pledge of the flag, and let's have a fantastic Wednesday.
Have a great day.